I've got a story for you guys today, and it's going to explain how I found myself in the situation that we're in here today. Yes, you've seen the title. You know what's going on. I have destroyed my limited slip diff in my Honda B Series LS transmission. Like I said, there is a story, and I can explain how this happened. It's very dumb, it's my own fault, and luckily I have a solution. All of these things will be answered by the end of the video. Before I tell you guys the story though, I wanna let you all know I have partnered with Rudd's Racing. Yes, the people who helped me build this turbo kit to give away a full set of Injector Dynamics 1050X fuel injectors to one of you guys for K, B, or D series, whatever you guys need or want. If you win and you don't want them, that's 520 bucks that you can post on the internet for sale. Do with that information what you would like. So how do you win? Well, if you go to the link in the description down below, it's gonna take you to my merch website where you can find this Boosted John's Blown Motor Club merch. It's got this sick little dude on it. He's a piston. He's going to the friggin' moon because that's what we do here, boys. We send pistons to the moon. And on the back, it looks friggin' sick. You can't see it too well on camera right now, but I'm gonna put a picture on the screen. Seriously, the coolest merch I've ever done, ever. Those of you that have been around long enough to see my merch drops know that this is for sure the coolest merch drop I've done so far. Anyway, buying a sticker gets you 1 entry. Buying a t-shirt gets you 4 entries. And buying a hoodie is going to get you 8 entries into winning the Injector Dynamics fuel injectors. Now, unfortunately, we did run out of purple hoodies already, so I'm gonna add some other color options to the list, and I'm going to discount all hoodies from here on out by $5 per hoodie. So instead of a hoodie being $50, they're only $45. That is going to be your best deal for getting entries into this contest for sure, 100%. So I'm sorry I don't have any more purple hoodies, but I hope that the discount and the added color options will make up for that. The last thing I have to say about the giveaway is that there are very specific instructions to enter. The way that I'm fulfilling the merch is the fastest way that I can possibly get it to you guys. The only unfortunate part is that I can't see any of your contact information when you make the purchase. So to mitigate that, you guys will have to either email me or DM me on Instagram with your name, contact phone number, the items you bought, and roughly when you bought them, because I do have a way to check and see so you don't just make up that you bought 10 friggin' hoodies. My Instagram and my email are here on the screen. They're also in the description down below next to the merch link. All very easy to find, very easy to enter. Thank you guys for all your support. All merch profits are going to be reinvested into the channel. I promise. I already have a plan for what I'm going to do with any and all profits. And it's going to make the content so much better. So thank you guys again, and I hope you guys enjoy all of your new Boosted John Blown Motor Club merch. Back to the story. So a couple of months ago, I was at the drag strip testing out my Turbo Civic with its $500 non-VTEC B18B engine, whatever. I just slapped my old turbo kit on it, and it's a completely stock B series non-VTEC engine. The car was street tuned by my friend Eduardo, who is in high school. He's an absolute beast, and he street tunes my car, everybody else's, all of his buddies' cars. Thank you so much, Eduardo, for doing that. And the car ended up making a 13, it's like a 13.2 or something. It was like a very low 13 pass, just over 100 miles per hour. Stock motor, street tuned, and an eBay turbo kit. Anyway, while I was there, I was doing my burnout for one of my passes, and I thought I blew the trans. It just stopped delivering power to the wheels. The engine would rev, it was still running, but there was I couldn't move the car. I couldn't drive. So Eduardo was there, fortunately, and Pasha was there, and also my girlfriend Kearney was there. But Pasha and Eduardo pushed me back off the line, rolled me back to the pits, where I was investigating the trans, trying to figure out what was going on. If you guys remember the video, the passenger side axle just popped out. So I was like, okay, cool. Like maybe the retaining C-clip is just failing on that axle and I just need to pop it back in and we'll be good to go. So I made a couple more passes, I ran it the rest of the night, and it seemed fine. That was pretty much the last time I drove the car before I started this whole new big turbo kit install project over at Rudd's Racing, and I trailered the car to Rudd's Racing. So I really hadn't put any more miles on it since the drag strip. So the whole like axle popping out thing is in the back of my mind. I pretty much forgot it happened, to be honest with you. And so when I was done assembling this turbo kit and in the last video got it started and drove home, I was stoked. I just wanted to drive it. And I started driving it, and there's this weird thing that happens with project cars. It's like, right when you get it running again, it's so exciting and you're so happy that you kind of ignore all of the existing problems that are going on with the car. Those of you that have project cars know exactly what I'm talking about. And then as you start to drive it, you start to remember those problems and they come back to you one by one. And as they come back to you, you just get like so stressed out and so frustrated while you're driving. Well, that kind of started happening to me. So I was in the process of filming the first drive video, which was supposed to be this video, of course. And I was finishing up the turbo kit, I was attaching vacuum lines, went to go check that axle, and I found that it had popped out again. No trans fluid in the trans. I drove the car to work that day and all the way back, about 20 minutes on the highway. Definitely running with very little to no fluid in the trans because that axle popped out and leaked all the fluid. At this point, I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This trans is probably in some trouble. So I thought, last ditch resort, let's pull the axle out of the trans, let's open up the retaining C-clip on the end of the axle and see if maybe that clip was just wearing out and we can just pop it back in and get it to stay. Well, I did that, and then I popped it back in and there was literally no retention at all. I could pull the axle in and out like there was no retention. So at this point, I pretty much determined that it's not the axle that is the problem. It's something with the diff. It's something inside the trans not retaining the axle. Back when I installed the limited slip diff in this trans a couple of months ago, I might not have shimmed it properly. I didn't really know anything about rebuilding transes at the time. I still don't, so I'd be lying if I said I did. But I thought I nailed it. I thought I did it right the first time, and it turns out I didn't. And I think that is why my axle won't pop in. I think the splines on my axle either got destroyed by the diff or destroyed the splines inside the diff. So that is really shitty. That really sucks. That's a $750 or $800 limited slip differential as a wave track. That's probably shot. I haven't had a chance to inspect the trans yet, but I will shortly. I do have a solution to getting this car back up and running and driving again very soon. So be expecting a video very shortly of this car ripping. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I can get it done. And that is the whole situation, boys. So the trans, I basically blew up the trans. I blew up the diff. I destroyed it. I fricked a bunch of shit up. I had a lot of fun with it while it was working, but you know, good things do come to an end and it's okay. It's gonna be alright, it's just a car. I'm excited to see how my solution is gonna hold up. And that's all I have for today. So again, merch link in the description down below. Remember, all profits are being reinvested into the channel, and you also have a chance to win some Injector Dynamic 1050Xs, fuel injectors, B, K, or D series. I will ship you whatever you need or want. And if you don't want them and you win, you can just sell them and take the profit for yourself. Again, instructions to enter are in the description down below. All of my contact information to enter and send me your information is in the description down below, and the merch link is in the description down below. Thank you to Rudd's Racing for partnering with me on this giveaway. I really appreciate it. You guys have been awesome. It's been awesome working with you guys, like seriously. And that's really all I have for today, boys. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Let's get this Civic back out on the road. And as I always say, boys, let's remember to plan, commit, execute, and attain our goals. I am not even phased, boys.